The story began with a high school boy named Kim, who was a new transfer student in a different school. His father was telling the teacher about how Kim always excelled in studies since childhood and won several gold medals in international Olympiads. After this, the teacher took Kim to the classroom where he was asked to introduce himself. The teacher gave them some question papers to solve and then left. Kim started solving the questions by putting on his headphones. After school, he went to the academy. When his classes finished late at night, he returned home where his mother was waiting for him, and her condition showed that she wasn't well. After talking to his mother, he went to his room. A little later, his father arrived home. The sound of his father coming home made Kim nervous, so he started solving math problems very quickly. His father came in and asked how many pages he managed to complete that day. Kim managed to solve a few of them, but he struggled with the question for the last 2 minutes, making repeated mistakes. His father kept hitting him on the head and told him to focus. Kim was extremely angry, but he apologized and managed to solve the question. Basically, Kim's father was extremely toxic, and because of that, Kim lived in constant trauma. At night, he even tried to strangle himself. The next day, he went to school and saw a boy getting beaten up in class. The class bully Hong was hitting the boy very badly. Kim ignored it, went to his seat and started studying with his headphones on. The way Hong was hitting that boy reminded Kim of his own father, which made him even angrier. Hong walked past Kim and knocked his Walkman down, breaking it, and continued bullying the boy exactly the way Kim's father did. This angered Kim even more, and he yelled out Hong's name. It was the first time anyone yelled at Hong in front of the entire class, and even students outside the classroom were watching. Hong's ego was bruised, so he kicked Kim hard and started hitting him. Hong's partner tried to stop him, reminding him that Kim was a new student, and the teacher would arrive soon. After class, Hong told his friend June about Kim and laughed at him. Just then they saw Kim coming and called him over to talk privately. Kim apologized for yelling, but Hong threatened Kim, saying that he must always listen to him from now on. He saved his phone number on Kim's phone and told him to answer immediately whenever he called, or else there would be trouble. He demanded Kim's wallet and took all his money, warning him again to reply quickly to his messages. Kim said that he had classes at the academy, so Hong slapped him hard and Kim glared at him. Hong ordered him to leave. Hong's partner remarked on how Kim was staring at them, and Hong said he must be terrified. June said that Kim's eyes didn't look scared at all. That evening, Hong sent him a message, but Kim didn't respond. Even the next morning, Hong sent him another message, but again there was no reply. In class, Kim put on his headphones and started studying. Hong walked up and tapped him on the head, yelling at him for not replying. Kim apologized, but Hong gave him a final warning and started taking away his Walkman and headphones. Kim tried to stop him, saying that they were very important to him and asked for them back. Hong dragged Kim down with a kick, but Kim got up again and insisted he return them. Hong threw the Walkman and headphones to the ground and hit Kim on the head, challenging him to do something about it. This time Kim was so angry that he punched Hong hard, shocking everyone. A boy named Youngie, who was sleeping in class, noticed what was happening. Hong, now furious, kicked Kim to the ground and said he would kill him that day, but Kim was in full beast mode, and punches and kicks were exchanged back and forth. Kim's punches were especially powerful, and he even lifted and slammed Hong down. At one point he started to strangle him. Hong's partner tried to intervene, but Youngie stopped him, saying he was the referee and no one else should interfere. After some time, Kim let go of Hong's neck and put his headphones on, heading back to his seat. Hong tried to attack him again with a chair, but Kim landed 2 quick punches that knocked Hong out. Everyone was shocked. Kim sat back down and started studying again. As he was leaving for home, Youngie approached him to compliment his fighting skills and asked if he was ready to fight again the next day. Kim said he had no intention of fighting again. Youngie warned him that Hong would bring his friends for revenge. Kim replied that he wasn't interested in fighting and left. On the way to the academy, Kim was seen smiling, thinking about how good it felt to beat up the bully for the first time. After finishing his classes, he went home. When he entered his room, he saw a hallucination of his elder brother, who was no longer alive. He was possessive about the Walkman because they belonged to his brother. His brother told him to listen only to his heart and no one else. Just then his father came to check on his progress, so he sat down to study. The next day, on his way to class, Hong threatened him that he would not be spared that day. Kim apologized to Hong for the previous day, and explained that he had no intention of fighting. At that moment, Youngie appeared and told him that he would have to fight, because Hong would bring his friend Jun, a skilled boxer, and if he wanted to defeat Jun, he would need Youngie's coaching. But Kim replied that he did not want to fight. After saying this, he went to the classroom. A little later, while he was in the washroom, Hong arrived with Jun, who immediately kicked Kim and knocked him down. Yoongi had anticipated that this would happen, so he also entered the washroom and made everyone else leave. Hong told Yoongi to get out too, but Yoongi told him to be quiet and said he would act as the referee. Kim told Hong that he had already apologized to Hong's friend and did not want to fight. But Jun dragged Kim up and punched him, which made Hong even angrier, and he was just about to attack when a teacher arrived and scolded them, chasing them all away. But the teacher gave Jun a long lecture, which made Jun even angrier. Yoongi then came over to Kim and asked if he felt anger and if he wanted to fight because he had seen it in Kim's eye. Kim again said that he did not want to fight and told him to go sit down. Kim left the class for a while, and when he returned he saw that his bag was missing the Walkman and headphones. Just then Hong called him and told him to come and get them. Kim, extremely angry, headed out and Yoongi followed, advising him to conserve some of his strength. They reached Jun and his gang together. Jun called Kim up to get the Walkman but told him he would have to defeat him in a fight first. The fight began. Since Jun was a trained boxer, he easily blocked all of Kim's attacks and punched him in the face several times. Blood started to come from Kim's nose and mouth, but he kept getting back up to fight, focusing intently on Jun's attacking pattern. After taking a few more punches, he understood Jun's style and attacked with a powerful punch on Jun's face. Jun, now furious, attacked again. Kim grabbed him and dragged him down the stairs, hurting Jun badly. Kim used this to his advantage, launching a series of back-to-back attacks that knocked Jun to the ground. Kim did not stop there, kicking him repeatedly and venting all his frustration on him. Hong and his partner were terrified. Kim went upstairs to take back his Walkman, which Hong fearfully returned before running away. Kim put on the headphones and felt at peace. In the washroom he cleaned himself up. Yoongi commented that his fighting skills were improving, but warned him that he still had a long way to go because these people would not stop here. Just then Kim received a message from his father. It was time for his academy class, so Kim borrowed Yoongi's shirt to cover up his injuries and thanked him for it. Yoongi gave him some baby cream to cover the bruises on his face. When Kim reached the academy, he saw that his father was already there, shouting at the teachers, which made Kim even angrier. But thinking about how he beat Jun made him feel a little better. That night, for the first time in a long while, he was able to sleep peacefully. For the first time in a long while, Kim looked happy, eating well and talking nicely with his mom and dad before going to school. But at school, when Home told the second-year bullies about how Kim had beaten him up, the boss of the second-year bullies beat all three of them up, especially scolding Jun for being defeated by a first-year student. He ordered him to teach Kim a lesson that very day. After school, Yoongi was walking with Kim. As soon as bullies saw Kim and Yoongi coming, Jung prepared to attack Yoongi. They were talking when Jun, riding a bike, suddenly hit Yoongi on the head with a stick from behind and rode off. Yoongi panicked and called an ambulance, getting Kim admitted to the hospital. Kim insisted on going to the academy first, but at that moment his parents arrived, having been called by the hospital. Outside the hospital, Jun was very scared, worried that Kim's condition might be serious. When Kim's dad asked how he got hurt, Yoongi quickly made an excuse that he fell down the stairs. Kim's dad then asked Yoongi about his rank in class. Yoongi said he was not good at studies, and left. Kim apologized to his dad, who told him to take care of himself and that his studies should not be disturbed by all this. His mom was very worried because she already lost her elder son, and seeing the emergency situation at the hospital triggered her PTSD, making her remember when her elder son took his own life. She began to have trouble breathing. Jun entered and, seeing her, offered to call the doctor, but Kim's mom stopped him. Recognizing his school uniform, she understood that he was from Kim's school and thanked him for coming to check on Kim. Jun asked how Kim was doing and his mom told him he was fine and he left. After some rest, Kim was taken home. Meanwhile, Yoongi returned to the hospital, where it was revealed that his brother was in a coma. At home, Kim's mom told him to rest for a few days, but he insisted he was fine and went to school the next day. He thanked Yoongi for covering for him. When Kim saw Jun in class, he told him that whatever problems they had should end right there and not be taken further. Jun told him he did not need to come to school, but now that he was there he should stay low-key. Kim did not say anything and just entered the class. But the second-year boss beat up Jun badly, scolding him for not teaching Kim a lesson, and said he would handle it himself now, and entered the classroom to intimidate Kim. At that moment, Yoongi arrived and told them that if they continued doing that in the middle of class, he would have to call the class teacher. The boss scolded Hong, calling him incompetent for not being able to handle these troublemakers. Then he told Kim and Yoongi to come up to the rooftop during lunch break. So during lunch break, Kim apologized to them and explained that it was not Youngi's fault at all and requested them to let Youngi go. The boss then sent Youngi to stand aside and called Jun forward, making them face each other and telling them that because Kim had hit his man, Jun would now hit him. But Jun refused to do so, which enraged the boss, who then beat Jun mercilessly with a stick, not stopping for a second and hitting him without hesitation. Seeing this didn't sit well with Kim, so he grabbed the stick the bully boss was using. The boss and his cronies were shocked, and the boss asked Youni how many more people Kim would have to face if he defeated him. Youni said that only 2 were left. Kim said then they should end it right there, snatched the stick from the boss's hand and punched him hard. Then the real fight began. Initially, Kim was getting the upper hand, but as soon as the boss got his hands back on the stick, he was able to defend against Kim's attacks easily and beat him up badly, at one point choking him so hard with the stick that Kim was about to pass out. Just then, Jun stepped in and kicked the boss away, which led the boss's cronies to start beating up Jun while the boss went after Kim. But Kim cleverly caught the boss's stick, pulled it away and slapped the boss hard across the face. He threw the stick aside and launched a flurry of back-to-back attacks on the boss, finally defeating him with one last powerful kick. The boss's cronies were about to step in, but Youngi took care of them. Coming downstairs, Kim asked Youngi who was left now. Youngi told him that the leaders of the third-year bullies were still around. At that moment, Jun and Hong were approaching, and Jun decided to leave these bully gangs for good. He looked at Youngi and walked away. Meanwhile, the second-year bully went and informed the third-year senior bullies about Youngi. These third-year bullies had 2 leaders, Nam and Song. Kim was on his way back to class limping because of the injury to his leg when Nam came and helped him get to class, even talking kindly to him and telling him to take care of himself before leaving. After school, Kim went to his academy, but he couldn't focus in class because he kept thinking about the fight, and the teacher scolded him a bit for not paying attention. After class, as he stepped out, he saw Nam waiting for him with his gang. Nam remarked that his legs seemed to have healed pretty quickly, making Kim realize that this was the same senior bully from the 3rd year. Kim told him that if he wanted to fight, they should finish it right there and then. But Nam said that he wasn't in the mood to fight today, though if Kim was that eager to fight he should think carefully, because he might not be able to walk home on his own afterwards. Just then, Kim's dad arrived to pick him up, so Kim left with him. His dad warned him to stay away from these thugs, and took him to get measurements for a suit, because he planned to take him to a very big high-class party. The next day at school, Youngi asked Kim if it was true that Nam really went to his academy to fight him, and if so, he should avoid fighting because he had already been in a fight yesterday and was still injured. Just then they saw Nam and Song outside the classroom. They came in and threatened Kim. Nam even doused Kim with a bottle of cola and on his way out smashed the bottle on Kim's head, making him extremely angry, but he managed to control his anger. After school, Kim went with his parents to his grandpa's house for his birthday, but he didn't feel like being there at all. He again saw a hallucination of his elder brother, and, while chasing after it, fell into the pool. He seemed to have lost all awareness and started drowning in the water. His dad ran over and pulled him out of the pool, but instead of caring for him, his grandpa started scolding Kim for being weak and also berated his parents. He even said that they didn't know how to raise children, one who took his own life and the other one now. Hearing all this about his brother made Kim extremely angry. So the next day, to vent his anger, he went straight to the 3rd-year bullies at school, because fighting was the only thing that calmed him down. Youngi tried to stop him, saying he shouldn't fight that day because he still wasn't fully recovered, but Kim didn't listen to anything. He went straight to the 3rd-year bullies. Nam was there drinking cola and taunting him, so Kim grabbed a bottle and poured the whole thing over Nam's head, saying if he wanted to fight then tell him where. Nam said that it wouldn't look good in the classroom, so they should go outside. As Nam turned to go, Kim threw the bottle at his head, humiliating Nam in front of everyone the same way Nam had humiliated him. Just then the teacher arrived and told them to go to their respective classes. As they were leaving, Nam told Kim to come to the band room after school. So after the last bell, Kim and Youngi arrived at the band room. Nam gave him time to apologize, but Kim said they should finish this quickly since he needed to go back and study. So the fight began. In the beginning, Nam was dominating while Kim was trying to understand his moves. However, Kim could not avoid Nam's attacks, so Kim tried to push Nam and choke him, but Nam managed to trap him in a rear naked choke from behind. Kim could not free himself and eventually Nam choked him unconscious. Nam stood up and said that this weak boy was actually thinking of fighting him, but from now on no one would dare. Then Nam challenged Youngi too. Youngi, full of swagger, stepped up to fight him. But just then Kim regained consciousness and told Youngi to back off because this was his prey. So he stood up again to fight Nam, and this time, he was able to defend against Nam's attacks and even managed to land some punches on him. However, Nam once again started to overpower him and began to choke Kim's neck. Kim said that if he choked his neck again he would kill him. Nam, taunting him, started choking him again. But this time, Kim freed himself and launched a barrage of attacks on Nam's face, making his nose and mouth bleed, and kept hitting him without stopping. Seeing this, Song stepped in to save Nam. But Yoongi kicked Song far away and told Kim to take care of Nam while he would handle Song. Song also got ready to fight. Nam pushed Kim aside and sat down to watch Song and Yoongi's fight. Now Yoongi easily dominated Song and gave him a thorough beating. In the end, with a fan service shot, he knocked Song unconscious, which left their cronies in shock. Then Kim and Nam came to fight again, and Nam kept trying to trap him in his special moves, and managed to do it once more, trapping one of Kim's arms, but Kim stood up and kicked him in the face, forcing him to release his arm. Then Kim also hit him, knocking him down and then trapping him in a rear naked choke, ultimately choking him unconscious too, which terrified all the cronies. While leaving, Kim warned them all that if they bullied anyone again there would be no one worse than them. Outside, they both put medicine on their wounds and treated themselves, because Yoongi said now that they had defeated all the bullies in their school, they could finally study in peace. But Kim actually loved fighting because it allowed him to release all his negativity and anger. That was why he began training himself even more thoroughly. But, in the academy, he could not focus on studying anymore. So the teacher scolded him a lot, even hitting him on the head like his dad did, which made Kim very angry, and he grabbed the teacher's hand tightly. But he managed to control his anger and apologized to the teacher. But the teacher scolded him and said if he did not feel like studying he should not come tomorrow. So Kim stood up and went home, where his dad scolded him a lot for leaving the academy and told him to go and apologize to the teacher the next day. The next day, Yoongi called him to talk, where he pitched an idea about why not forming a team to fight the school bullies. Because there were so many other schools where, just like theirs, many bullies tormented innocent students. He showed him a video from Yoongi's old school, where the son of a rich dad burned a student's leg with acid in the chemistry lab. His dad was such a powerful man that he made it look like an accident. There were so many innocent students being bullied by these people, so why not team up and teach them a lesson? But Kim did not give any answer. His dad's call came, so he left. That night, Kim went with his dad to that same high-class party where many powerful people had gathered. Kim's dad introduced him to many big businessmen and their children. One of them was Sehun, that same bully from Yoongi's old school who burned a student's leg with acid. Seeing him laugh so confidently made Kim very angry. He directly asked him what happened to the student whose leg he burned with acid. His dad tried to hush him up for saying this in front of everyone. Sehun's dad said it was just a rumor. Kim said that his company made apps for disabled people, but his own son disabled another student. Hearing all this, Kim's dad took him aside and scolded him a lot for saying all this. Kim said he saw it with his own eyes. Sehun deliberately burned that student's leg with acid. But his dad scolded him and told him to be quiet, saying he should learn from Sehun about how to handle such situations. That for powerful people it was not a big deal if such rumors spread, and he should learn how to respond to them. For the first time, Kim spoke back to his dad, saying he did not want to learn how to become like those bad people. His dad slapped him, so Kim, full of anger, left and went straight to Yoongi's house, telling him to come along so they could teach Sehun a lesson. That meant he was now fully ready to fight all the bullies. The next day, Sehun was in his school bathroom beating up a student very badly. This student was so harassed by Sehun that he was about to end his life. But just then 2 people called to him from behind and stopped him. It was none other than Jang and Yoongi. Using this boy, they tracked Sehun and his gang, who were brutally bullying him, beating him and making a video of it. Just then, someone shouted Sehun's name.